We're glad you're joining us in the Savage Kitchen today. I'm Stacy Newman. Maybe you have a special day coming up with that special someone. Well, Chef Scott Savage has just the dish of the day for you, Lobster Thermadore. Sounds complicated, but not.
No, actually really simple. So we're going to take our bechamel from the previous episode, take your cold water lobsters, cut the shells, take the meat out, and cook them in the bechamel. It's really simple. We're going to add a few more ingredients to it to spice it up a little bit. And actually, while Stacy's cutting that, I'm going to go ahead and start with the sauce. What I've got here is I have some sherry. We're going to put some sherry. We are doing this over the flame, so be careful. Always pull your pot away. And put your sherry. Also have some brandy. We're going to go in with the brandy. Like I said, be very careful. Now what you want to do is you want to cook the alcohol off. So we are going to ignite this. Got a nice little flame in there. It's not going to. There's not a lot of alcohol in it. The brandy is pretty flammable though, so you got to be careful. And it'll when it stops burning, you're good to go. It will take a minute though.
That could be a little intimidating.
Thanks.
For folks at home,
yeah.
But they shouldn't be intimidated by it.
And if you happen to have an electric stove and you need to do this, if you have like one of the little Bic torch lighters, you could use that. I mean, I wouldn't suggest sticking your hand in there with your cigarette lighter or anything like that. But
all right, so I've cut down both sides of the lobster here, yes. And I've pulled out the meat for you.
Okay.
There you go.
Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this lobster meat, cut it into 3 pieces roughly. Because then what we're going to do is we're going to take these shells, we're going to put that on a sheet pan. You're going to have your oven set at about 350 degrees. You're going to roast that lobster shell and use that for the presentation. So what we're going to do is I'm going to cook mine up here in the salamander right now. So that should take about 10 minutes. And then we're going to go in with our lobster meat into the sauce, or actually into just the alcohol that's been reducing down. You can kind of cook that just for a second. The alcohol will go away. It will evaporate, so you got to be careful. And then what we're going to want to do is we're going to take our bechamel and we're going to scrape this into there.
Now, do you have to wait for the bechamel to cool?
No, actually, what you'd prefer to do is cook this all at the same time. Start off with your shallots, just like we did with the bechamel. Start with your shallots, your butter, and your flour, and just keep going. Because then you've got your sauce nice and hot. Everything stays hot. Still have 2 ingredients left. We have a little bit of Dijon mustard and some honey. Actually, that's not the honey. Where is my honey? There it is. You can tell how thick it is.
There you go.
So we're just going to go in with a little bit of Dijon mustard. Should be about a teaspoon, maybe a tablespoon, depending upon how much you like the mustard. And then about the same with the honey. We're going to go in. I like to add these last because these are the 2 that you can kind of vary your flavor with.
Just kind of depending on what the person wants.
Sure. And then we're just going to let this cook down. You can see it's starting to cook up. And what's going to happen is this nice lobster juices, when this is cooking, it's going to go into your bechamel. It's going to create a really beautiful sauce.
So you said about 10 minutes for that and about 10 minutes for the shell that was in the oven, and then a nice presentation at the end of it.
Yes. Serve it with your favorite sides. I like to do it with our chateau potatoes, nice carrot and asparagus.
So an impressive dish, but not an impressive amount of time. Just the perfect thing that you need for that special day.